We hear from Scanlon. We will go back to our Patrick Ryan, but let's go back now to our political analysts here. What did Sean Ryan do right?
Look, I think Sean Ryan ran a very good campaign. He ran a campaign citywide. He did a good job on mail and his television ads, right? He stuck to a theme. You know, he talked about potholes. He talked about delivering services, but he also talked about some big ideas like housing and what to do about that, and pointing to his record. You know, he did a really good job of getting his base out too tonight, and it was enough to win.
We know that two candidates are going to be back in November, Garnett Whitfield and Chris Scanlon. Do we see a repeat of Byron Brown 4 years ago against India Walton, where he comes surging back and Chris Scanlon can pull out the victory in November? That's what he's thinking. Is that a reality?
Well, that's what he's thinking, and he's hoping that the Democrat general election voter is much different than the Democrat primary election voter, and that maybe there's room there for him to, you know, to create a win.
How do you think he does that? How does he spend the next 4 or 5 months? Does he have to change voters' mind, or does he just have to bring them out to the polls?
Well, both.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, yeah.
both. You have to do both. You have to change their mind in the House.
Carl, I'm being told that Chris Scanlon is coming up right now. Let's hear from him.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming out here tonight. Thank you for being here. I just did want to acknowledge that a short while ago I did reach out to Senator Ryan and his team and congratulate them on their victory this evening, and wanted to do the same publicly to the senator, congratulate him and his team on the victory this evening. To all of you, I can't thank you enough. First and foremost, to my family, my wife Katie. A partner in every sense of the word. Katie, I love you. Thank you very much. To my kids, Thomas, Adelaide, Siobhan, thank you for coming along for the ride. Thank you for everything today, all your energy. Thank you very much. I love you all very, very much. To the rest of my family, my mom, my brothers, my sister, my sisters-in-law, my in-laws, thank you for your continued and unconditional support. I love you all very much. And to the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers who have given of their time, their talent, their effort, their resources to this campaign, I can't tell you how much it means to me. And just the hours that went into this, I can't thank you enough. Whether it was collecting signatures, knocking on doors, making phone calls, walking the streets, talking to your friends. It was a lot of work, and the most humbling experience of my life to have the type of support that the campaign has had to this point. I can't thank you all enough. To the team, the amount of effort that you put in is something that I will never forget. And I apologize for not getting it done for you. I apologize that we were not successful tonight. I know. I just want to apologize to you all for not being successful this evening. And tell you that to the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, the thousands of people that went out and voted on our behalf this evening, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, you will never know how much this means to me. And I just want to thank you all. It's again, I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much. Thank you.
An emotional Chris Scanlon there, no doubt. Carl, you and I were talking as this was happening there. You lost a race in your political career. What is that feeling like? What is going through Chris Scanlon's mind right now?
It's crushing. It really is. I mean, you have so much excitement going into election night, and you're waiting for the results to come in, and they might be hopeful at first, and then all of a sudden it might change. And it's absolutely, it's crushing emotionally. And then, you know, you go from living a real exciting, packed life to the next day. I went from, you know, thinking I was going to go to Albany, and the next day my goal was to clean out my car. Oh. So it's really tough. But let me say this. Yeah. You cannot appreciate an election victory unless you've experienced an election loss. Because I remember my feeling when I won my first race for town board in Tonawanda. I mean, it was just euphoric because I remember how bad I felt in losing a race. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword.
The thing for Scanlon is he still has to lead this city until November. He obviously has a chance to win it in November. But, you know, where does he go from here in at least the next week here leading Buffalo?
Well, I think he takes a day off, right? He takes a little time with his family, looks at these results, and I think has a conversation about what November looks like, right? We talked about what happened 4 years ago. Of course, with a small turnout, there's always that path. But I also think this is going to be a very different primary winner, too, right? We are not going to hear Sean Ryan tonight say, I'm coming after other incumbents. He is not going to take his foot off the gas. He is not a secret socialist or someone who ran not as a socialist and ran as a mother as opposed to a member of DSA. I think it's a very different thing, and that fear is not going to be there to motivate the third-party run.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate your analysis. We will hear from both Jack and Carl coming up on News 4 at 11 over on Channel 4. Gentlemen, thank you again.